feeling my way through the darkness. Guided by a beat.
Guys, welcome back to my channel. So today I'm gonna do this look. It's a simple glam everyday for the average woman makeup. It's something very universal. Anybody can do this. So I hope you guys like it. So if you want to see this, just keep on watching. So I wanted to do a talk through tutorial because I've never done one of these, like I said before, and it's just, I want to do it because I want to switch it up here on my channel. Plus it's a way for me to get to know you guys. So if you hear noises, my AC is on fan, so you're gonna hear that, and my daughter's in the room, so you know she's playing right there in the bed. But let's get started with this. I hate having my hair on my all in my face when I'm trying to do something. So yeah, just gonna pull that back. First off, I'm the type to always do my eyes first and then go to my face. So before I start anything, I always like to put my Estee Lauder Advanced Night Repair Eye. You could put this in the morning, night, whenever. You don't always have to follow instructions. So I'm gonna put some of this, a little bit, under my eyes right here, just to hydrate them, because I tend to, in the winter, get very dehydrated. My skin gets very dry. Oh my god, my lips tend to always get chapped, and I hate that. So I'm just gonna put this in my eye. So now I'm gonna use my Palms Correcting Cream, and I'm just gonna put some of that all over my face just to hydrate it just a little bit, because you know my skin is always dry. So now that I've waited about 10-15 minutes to let that soak in my skin, now I'm going to prime my eyes. I've been loving using my NYX HD concealer to prime my eyes because it's very light, and it just makes my shadows last a little longer than the primers that I have. So we're going to prime. I'm just going to use a little bit. If you hear a noise, it's my daughter's toy. It just keeps going off. Like, that's not cute. So I'm just going to use my finger. Just going to put that everywhere. So let's start. First, for my transition color, as everybody been asking, why are you using a bronzer? I've been using the All Over Glow bronzer. I really love this bronzer for my transition color because I've been for fall, I tend to go for more like orange and burgundies and greenish and colors like that, and neutrals. And this one is like a orange undertone with like gold flakes, and I've been really loving this. So I've been using this as my transition color. Hey, you don't always have to use what it says. Makeup is universal, so you go and do whatever you want. So I'm using this one, and I'm just gonna put this in everywhere because basically this is my transition color. So I'm just gonna work this in my crease, on my lid a little bit. It's just gonna work this. But this look that I'm going for is for like an everyday glam, but it's for the average woman. Every girl doesn't want to walk out the house with a dramatic eyes, you know. So I'm gonna tone it down for those type. I want my channel to be very universal in what girls tend to wear. So yeah. So now that I put that in my transition, as my transition color, I'm gonna go use the Smashbox Beat Discover palette. I just recently found this in my collection. I forgot that I ever had this, and the colors are amazing. Like, why didn't I ever use this palette? It's so beautiful. I love it. Like, I'm gonna use this color as my all over lid. It doesn't really say the name actually, but it's this like subtle, like gold copper. I just love it. It's like an all over beautiful lid color. So I'm gonna use that. I'm gonna see if I can find a flat brush. I'm gonna use this ELPH Professional eyeshadow brush. It looks like this. I'm gonna use this one as my all over lid. I'm gonna see how it comes out off on its own because I like my colors to be very pigmented, but you do what you desire, or I'll just add a little bit of Fix Plus. But I'm just gonna add this. Really has a little bit of fallout, which I'm glad that I did my eyes first because it would have been a problem. So now I want to use another brush. I'm gonna use this brush that I have. Is a two-sided brush, and the side that I'm gonna use is the definer, which looks like this. I really love these pink brushes. You would have seen me get these back when I had the Word Green haul. So I'm gonna get that, and I'm gonna get this brown right here, like a little dark brown, and just gonna work that in my crease right here. I'm really not liking this brown, honestly. It's not as pigmented, and this is a Smashbox palette. Oh no, I want something a little bit more pigmented. So I'm gonna use the nude palette. I'm gonna use the brown from the nude palette, which is this one over here. And I'm gonna use that on a very defining brush. It doesn't have a name, but it's a very thin, just works real good on the crease. So I'm gonna use that. Go back to my same brush I used just to blend that out. I'm just gonna blend it out with no additional product, just blending it, because the transition color is what helps everything get blended very easily. And now that I'm gonna work again, I really want to get it right in the crease. My daughter this Saturday turns 16 months. I can't believe how my daughter's getting so big. It's crazy. I wanted to start my YouTube channel a long time ago, but the fact that I got pregnant and it was just too much, and I was not gonna, it was just too much. But I'm glad I started, because I love doing this. I love helping ladies out, even guys. So now that's blended out, some Fix Plus actually onto my brush to see how the color comes out. So my Fix Plus apparently it's like dying. There you go. Yes, I'm drenching it with Fix Plus. So we're just gonna see how this color comes off better. A little bit of Fix Plus. Oh my god, yes. Yes, exactly what I wanted. It is so beautiful. So now that I add that, I'm gonna let that dry, because you don't want to go in right away and start working on your crease again with your lid wet. So we're gonna just let that dry. In the meanwhile, I'm gonna use my ELPH Poreless Face Primer. I've been loving this. The only thing I don't like about this is the smell. It has a slight smell to it. I've been loving it. It's like a white silicone cream base, and I really like it. It's different from what I use. This time we're going to be very careful in defining that crease. I'm not trying to do a cut crease, but I'm just trying to define it. But I don't want the shadow that I'm using on my crease to fall into my lid. So just going to be very careful. I'm just going to... So now what I'm going to do is use the nude palette. And I'm going to use... This has been my go-to highlight, my underbrow light highlight. So I'm just gonna use that. I don't know why, I'm just so into it. Like, now what I'm gonna do is tight line with my Maybelline Eye Studio and a gel eyeliner pencil. And just tight line a little bit. I'm gonna show you guys because I don't want to do a wing. I don't feel like an average everyday woman would do a wing. I'm trying to make this as glamorous but simple. So all I'm gonna do is just get my brush and push up. So I just did it. I don't know if you can tell the difference. doing this will make your lashes appear a little longer, and when you put your lashes, it has something to sit on so your lashes don't look OD fake, because some people, when they apply their lashes, they're not professional, so they tend to apply their lashes on top of a wing liner, which is easy because it blends in with that thick line. But with a thin line, you could help it out, so when you try to get as close as possible, sometimes you get gaps. So you have this to make it appear, you know, more natural, and that's exactly what I'm trying to go for. So I'm gonna do the other eye. So now I'm gonna do my foundation. I'm gonna do my foundation off camera, which is the L'Oreal Visible Lift Blur Foundation. I'm just gonna do it, but I take my time. Now for concealer. For the average woman, usually they don't use concealer too much, so I'm not gonna use too much concealer. This concealer really highlights and really brightens you, so I'm not trying to do too much of this. So before I use this brush. It doesn't have a name, but it's the pointy one. But first I like to use my ring finger and blend everything out before I go with a brush. It's always just been my way of doing things. I like to dab, pushing that concealer into my skin. So now I'm gonna use my, just to further blend everything out, because your finger really does most of the work, honestly. So now that that's blended, we're gonna set our concealer and face. I'm only gonna use one, which is always a recommendation. It's the Stay Matte Rimmel Stay Matte powder in transparent. It's a pressed powder. I like using this to set everything. It's a good alternative for the drugstore. So I'm only gonna use a little bit, and I'm just gonna dab that all over. I'm gonna go with my Wet n Wild Ticket to Brazil bronzer. I've been loving it. I fell back in love with it, so I've been using it, and I'm gonna use this round brush. I'm just gonna use it. I'm not gonna do a very heavy contour or a contour basically at all. I'm just gonna bronze and give myself a little line, but that's just what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna go back to that all over glow bronzer that we use as our transition, and we're just gonna dab a little bit just to add. I like to add it at the end and just work it forward. So now we're gonna use a highlighter. I've been using, I can't stop using my MAC Mineralized Skin Finish in Soft and Gentle. I have not found a highlighter at the drugstore that I will say it's worth it. So always a high end. So we're just gonna put this on the high points of our cheekbone, our nose. So now to finish the eyes, I'm gonna use this ELPH professional eyeliner brush, which I don't use for eyeliner, and I'm gonna use those same colors I used on my top eye or the bottom. This is not easy, trying to do this, trying to get as close as possible. So now I'm just gonna put mascara. I'm not putting any falsies because no one really got time for that. So we're just gonna add a couple of coats of mascara. So my camera died, and I can't believe it that doing talk-throughs will kill my camera battery life faster. But like I said, now I'm just gonna coat my bottom lashes. Before I coat them, I'm gonna use the same highlight that I used on my under my brows, and I'm gonna use that for my inner corner. I can't talk right now. So I'm just gonna put some of that right there and just blend them, making it. So now I'm gonna do my eyebrows, and I'm gonna do this I'm gonna do my eyebrows off camera because I have an eyebrow tutorial. It kind of switched up from there, but it's almost exactly the same, so I will link that down in the description bar, but I'll be right back. My camera is about to die again. I really didn't let it charge. So now I'm gonna use this lip liner. It doesn't have a name, but it got rubbed off, but it's a new liner. And I'm gonna use my Fergie Daily. It's from the Wet n Wild, and I'm just gonna put that all over my lid. I don't want to leave it like that, so I'm gonna put like a pinky nude gloss. I want to use this one. Yup, this is called Eclair from NYX Butter Gloss. I'm just gonna put that on top just to give me some color to my lips. That is the completed look. This lip is a very neutral, but it gives you a little pinkish to it. So trying to let that hair down, girl. Let that hair down. I'm just trying to give myself a different change. I did like a middle part, which I'm not feeling too much, but whatever. But yeah, that is the completed look. I hope you guys like it. If you like videos like this, chit chat with me. Don't forget to thumbs up this video and leave me your suggestions down in the comments below, and everything will be in the description box. I love you guys. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye.